Hi guys, I'm Anita and I'm back with another video. Today I want to share with you a weekly reading update kind of thing, as I've been doing over the past couple of weeks. Talking a little bit about the books that I've been reading over the past week, what I finished, and what my plans are into the next week. So far this week I have managed to finish 3 books. 2 of them were audios and 1 of them was an ebook. And then I have a couple of other reading updates that I am currently working on. So over the past week I finished 3 books, as I said, so let's get into them. The first book that I finished was Barbarian Alien by Ruby Dixon. This is the second book in the Ice Planet Barbarian series. This is a sci-fi alien erotic romance that follows this planet, ice planet, where these women have been abducted to. They are stranded and they can't get back. They don't have any means of surviving on their own, but they are taken in by this clan of blue aliens. And yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, so I don't know how much to say, but it definitely was an interesting romance. Overall, I don't love these. I think they're probably a little too sexual, or not too sexual, it has a lot of sex scenes in it, more than I care for in a book. And it takes away some of the substance of a series that I can get, also because they are fairly short. However, I'm also having so much fun with them, so it's such a strange mix of things. I think that she writes these characters very excellent, and I laughed out loud quite a few times over the book with some of the miscommunications things that happens between these two, because one of them is an alien, has a different language obviously, and it was interesting. There's a couple of slang words that our male lead didn't understand and tried to understand and didn't really know why she used that term. So that was kind of a fun thing that happened, but I ended up giving it overall a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The second book that I finished this past week was 3 Blind Dates by Meghan Quinn. I went into this very reluctantly. The thing is, I've been working on my books that were on this genre TBR thing, and I've been working through the romance books. I still have one more book left after this one, but this was the second to last one, and I was going to it a little bit reluctantly, because I don't usually tend to enjoy love triangles, and the 3 Blind Dates sounded a lot like there's going to be some angsty stuff happening, but actually I overall ended up really enjoying it. I thought the author handled this really well. It follows this girl who is a TV host on this morning show, and she has a very busy schedule and has a hard time finding time to actually find love the regular ways, going out on dates, because she has early mornings. She has to get ready for the morning show, so she can't go out on dates in the middle of the night, kind of thing, and have long days like that. So she ends up discovering this dating app service kind of thing, that sort of builds on finding the true match that matches you, and then you meet up at this specific bar that the dating app owns, and then things should go on from there. And so she ends up trying this app out, and ends up going on a date, and then things go from there. And actually with this app she ends up going on 3 different dates. So without spoiling too much, I don't want to get into spoiler territory. So that is how the 3 Blind Dates obviously worked. I really ended up enjoying it. I think all of the characters were very interesting. I think the romantic elements with each of the different men in this girl's life actually was very interesting, and I really enjoyed them, and I thought all of the male characters were good fits for her if that was to happen. And so I think that was handled really well. I did think she ended up with the right one, obviously. And it had just a lot of humor as well, and I really enjoyed it, and it's sort of my kind of contemporary romance. If it's a contemporary romance, I want it done more or less this way. I really enjoyed it, so I ended up giving this one 4 out of 5 stars. I definitely recommend it. If you do enjoy romances and contemporary romances, I think this one would be a fun one to try out. It is a little bit heavy on the sex towards the end, and the sexual innuendos definitely throughout. It's not super there's not a lot of sex scenes in it that takes over the plot. There's a lot more like talk than it is the actual act. So yeah, just wanted you to know that if it's something that bothers you or anything. So yeah, ended up definitely enjoying this one. 4 out of 5 stars, as I said. And yeah, the last and final thing that I finished over the past week is Magic for Liars by Sarah Gailey. This is a mystery kind of book that follows this girl who's a private detective. She is taken in to investigate a murder at this magic school because of her knowledge of this area. She doesn't have any magical abilities at all herself, but her sister, twin sister actually, is at the school, a teacher at the school, and is able to do magic and is very good at it kind of thing. But they have not had a real relationship since she attended this magic school, because they felt a little bit distant from each other because of different things that happened in their lives. But she's taken there because there's a teacher that died, and they believe that it's a murder that happened. The police has deemed it a suicide or an accident because she did it herself, but no one really at the school really believes that it was just an accident, or at least the teachers doesn't. And so she comes here and tries to find out what happened. Was it a student? Was it a teacher, another teacher, and whoever it was trying to solve it. And it's the first time she's ever had to solve a murder mystery, so she doesn't really know how to do this. She has recently only been solving or following cheating spouses, cheating husbands, and figuring out if someone did that kind of way, not any serious crimes like this. And I really enjoyed the book overall. I thought that she handled the mystery element really well. I don't think I completely I mean, I had an idea about the murderer towards the end, or at a murder at some point. I thought that this was the actual murder was said murderer, but she kept throwing in different things that threw you off, and you weren't really sure if your predictions were correct. So I really enjoyed that element. I think the magical element of it was really cool as well. I think that the different really sort of things that she happened with different characters, the sort of conversations and stuff that happened between our main character and especially her sister was very interesting. And I think that was nice, sort of trying to discover what happened between them that caused such a rift between them. And it made a lot of sense once they sort of delved a little bit more into that. And so I ended up really enjoying it, and I ended up, I think, giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I definitely enjoyed my time with it. So yeah, I definitely enjoy Sarah Gailey's writing, and I am looking forward to reading more of her books. This is the 3rd time I read some of hers, so yeah. So those are all of the things that I've finished. I have also 2 books that I'm currently working on. The first one is Rise of Empire by Magnolia Sullivan. I am, I would say, 75% into it. I have about 250 or just 200 pages left, I think, and I'm enjoying that one as well. I think I can feel that it's building up to something. I am also 67% into Night Pleasures by Sheldon Kenyon, which I'm buddy reading with Shannon, and I'm having a lot of fun buddy reading it. And it's a nice having being able to sort of talk about theories about the books and about what's happening in the world. I think that's been a lot of fun, especially considering we are already now getting to know some of the different species that's going to be in this world, in terms of also the other sub-series in this big universe line kind of thing. So that's very interesting, and I really enjoy the fact that our main characters has this psychic abilities, both of them, and that really has an interesting twist to the story so far. And I enjoy the main characters, both of the main characters, quite a lot. There's been a couple of things that was a little strange, but overall I'm just very much enjoying this, and looking forward to seeing how it all ends up. And I think I might be able to finish it on time in August, hopefully. I'm going to read a little more this evening, and then we'll see how that goes, how far I get. And yeah, So I'm happy about that. Those are the things that I'm currently working on because I didn't manage to finish all of the other audiobooks. Over the next week I am definitely going to try and finish the 2 books that I'm working on. I don't think I'm going to manage to start another physical book, so I'll try and see what else happens. But in terms of audio, I'm probably going to try one more audio of the month before I dive into the next month's audios. And I have thought of trying out the romance book club because I'm in such a romance book phase right now. So I just think that's what I'm gonna listen to again. I think it's so much fun listening to romance on audios. It's just really easy to listen to when you're working. I think you don't have to think too heavily on what's going on in the same way as you do with the fantasy, so it works really well when you're working, actually, I found. So I'm definitely enjoying that, and so that is one I have decided to try out this next week, and we'll see what else I end up picking up. So I'm hoping I'll be able to film a TBR for September soon, because I have a couple of plans, but I haven't really had time to sit down and plan much. But I want to participate in a couple of readathons, and I'll let you know more about that when I get there. Anyway, this is everything I wanted to talk to you about today. I've had a really long day, or a long week. In terms of work, I have 2 more days with Insanity, and then it's over, and I'm really looking forward to Wednesday. I'm hoping I can go a little early on Wednesday. Yeah. And today I went to the zoo with my mom and dad and my nephew. My nephew really enjoyed it. It is a very kids-friendly zoo, and I lost a pair of pants because of something that happened. I don't know what they're called. They're these big air track mattresses kind of thing that you can jump on. That's in more or less every theme park, or smaller theme parks at least, and camping grounds, sort of like that. And I was up on one of those, and then when I had to go down, I sat down and sort of scooted my way down. And my pants ripped in my legs, behind my legs, on both legs of the pants. So they were like torn holes that I had to walk around the remainder of the time at the zoo with. That was a really annoying thing. But yeah, that happened, and now I have thrown those pants out. They've done a good job, so it's fine. So that was fun. Otherwise, I haven't done much this weekend, except I've worked a little bit and relaxed a little bit, and watched a couple of YouTube videos and read some books. And that's also basically good enough for me in terms of doing stuff. Yeah, but this was my update for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what you've been reading over the past week. Have you read any of the books that I've been talking about today? If you have, what did you think of them? Let me know about that in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.